gotta do is set me free, little girl. You know you can do it if you try. All you gotta do is set me free. Set me free, little girl. All you gotta do is set me free, little girl. You know that you can do it if you try. All you gotta do is set me free. I don't want no one if I can't have you to myself. I don't need nobody else, but if I can't have you to myself, set me free, set me free, oh set me free, little girl. All you gotta do is set me free, little girl. You know that you can do it if you try. All you gotta do is set me free, free, free. Set me free. Oh, set me free.
So there's a famous American tour. We won't go into it too much, but I'm just interested in how this American tour, which resulted in a slightly witch hunt-like way in a ban, a ban for the band to play America for quite a few years. How much did that change your direction or affect your sound?
Yeah, it was a tour where "Set Me Free" was a single, and it was our first American tour, and I just think we were just too English for them. And my brother had really long, I had fairly long hair, my brother had really long hair. We were called the Kinks. We were upstarts, and we didn't fit in with, or play the game that a lot of the other British invasion people. There's a saying, you know, that the Kinks could have caused a revolution in America. And also, in those days, still today, America is very liberal on the coasts, the east and west coast. In the middle and in the south, it's very conservative. And I think we upset a few people, particularly in Reno, Nevada.
What happened there?
I can't go into that. But there were some strange people hanging around the promoters and the record company. There were some interesting confrontations. And in the end, we just got a MU ban.
Why?
And it took
Why did
away,
that happen?
I don't know. It's partly mismanagement, bad management, bad luck, and bad behaviour. So, you know, but I still, to this day, don't know. But it took away our best years, because we were having all these hits the rest of the world, but we couldn't get to America. And there was no music TV. We couldn't get on the radio. So things like Sunny Afternoon would come out. It's relatively, you know, not the sort of success we should have had there.
There's no way it could really get out there.
Also because, again, our music was changing so radically. Sunny Afternoon doesn't sound like the same band that had I Need You or You Really Got Me.
Can you see where that musical, lyrical, even psychological shift came from that led to Sunny Afternoon?
I think because we couldn't tour in the biggest market in the world, in the States, and everyone was playing in Monterey, and the Who was smashing up their amps, and the Led Zeppelin had gone over. We were stuck in England, and I think I actually thought I'd write songs just for me and for the guys. I know my brother had problems with some of the stuff I wrote at the time. But I think Village Green Preservation Society and Arthur, with songs like Shangri-La on it, they kind of broke new storytelling ground for pop music. So I wasn't afraid to fail as much as a lot of my contemporaries.
Okay, so maybe what was more important was to try, and to try new things,
yeah.
whether that's failure or success was the result.
Yeah, almost a stubborn desire to want to do something different, not necessarily to my advantage.
Can we talk about the inspiration and maybe the background to Sunny Afternoon, because it's such a beautiful song. Yeah. And like I said, it seemed to mark such a shift. Can you remember writing it and the circumstances?
Yeah. I was just coming off a record called Dedicated Follower of Fashion, which was, I wrote just to get it out of my system, because I had an argument with a fashion designer, and I wrote it in a fit of anger. And the band did a tour without me because I had a bit of nervous exhaustion, and I wanted to get out of the music business, and I stayed at home. But by then I had a 1-year-old daughter, and I was trying to become normal as a human being. And the band went on tour, I think, to Belgium and Holland with a stand-in guitar player. And I stayed at home, and when I was feeling a bit better, I wanted to write something that we could sing in the pub. You know, that could be sung in pubs.
A sing-along.
A sing-along tune. There's things like The Big Fat Mama, Trying to Break Me. There was a reference to the economy at that time. We were having, I think, devaluation.
Well, it was a Labour government.
Labour government certainly was. And I think it's my first experience of what money I did get was heavily taxed in those days.
Right.
So The Big Fat Mama represents, you know, the all-consuming government. And I pictured myself as this broken-down aristocrat, because the character in the song is a bit of a, not shady, but he's a bit of a lad.
Well, there were accusations of drunkenness and cruelty, after all.
Drunkenness and cruelty, of course. And I think a broken-down aristocrat is the target character. I write for characters a lot.
Yeah, and this was the song. I mean, maybe there may well have been songs where you were writing in character before, but this seemed like quite a new thing at the time, to have you know, to write songs almost as if you're writing a screenplay or something, where you're imagining this scenario. You know,
even with You Really Got Me and All Day and All the Night, I have this theory I don't exist as a person. The music made me into a person. I'm kind of a zero person without the songs. And when we did the backtrack to You Really Got Me, it was really powerful. And we were just going to play the back. It was a stereo backtrack, straight to stereo. Then I had to do the vocal on top. And as it counted in, I thought, normally on stage, I belted out the vocal. But if you listen to the record, I played it really small and made my voice very small and tight to fit in with the powerful bottom end and the snare drum. So right from that point, I became part of the Kinks' sound as opposed to the singer, lead singer, and that was crucial. And even All Day, All the Night after that, and I Need You, certainly, it's not really me singing it. It's someone in a situation singing it.
Right.
I write a lot for characters.
Let's take a listen to the wonderful Sunny Afternoon.